After 2 rounds of political consultations, Italy's new Prime Minister Mario Draghi has confirmed he has formed a new government of national unity. Now, we understand that a few members of this new government actually were also members of the previous cabinet. That's the case of the Interior Minister, the case of the Foreign Secretary and the Health Minister. But mainly, this will be a half technical, half political government, including members of the main political parties. And it will bring together for the first time in a long time opposing forces. So you will see the Democratic Party having to govern alongside the Five Star and the League and Forza Italia. The League actually has recently changed its stance on a number of issues, becoming more pro-European, if you will. But there are also several women and who've been appointed to key ministerial positions, and also Draghi has chosen technical figures to cover crucial positions, those who will have to manage the country's economic recovery plan, which is seen as one of the government's main priorities. Per?
So once Mario Draghi gets into office, what will his priorities be?
Well, Draghi wants to create a pro-European government that will have 2 main tasks, the main one being managing the pandemic, speeding up the vaccination campaign, the second one meeting the April deadline. That's when Italy has to submit its spending plans to Brussels in order to get the largest share of the EU Recovery Fund, which is seen as the only chance really for the country to overcome its long-term crisis. But also the government will have to pass key reforms both in the justice and in the fiscal sectors. Now, one of the challenges that Draghi faces at the moment actually is the fact that the creation of such a cross-party coalition would require a united effort from each party when it comes to actually overcoming differences between them. Per?
So you're talking about these differences between the different parties. How stable will this government actually be?
Well, Per, it really depends on that, on how good these parties will be at working together. Now, we understand that Draghi would like perhaps to reach the end of the term, which is 2023. But even political commentators and analysts are quite divided over these. They actually believe that Draghi was appointed just for that, to complete those tasks that we mentioned earlier. But given the political infighting of the past few weeks, it will really depend on whether this cross-party coalition will be good enough at the job.